adder. Hello, adder. Hello, sparrows. Let's rewild our language with the adder. The adder is a kind of viper, a venomous snake that live all around the world, but this particular type of viper is called an adder, and I know them from England. I know them from walking in the countryside amongst the gorse bushes. Gorse bushes are prickly and have bright yellow flowers, and they grow on scrubby landscape, and it's just the kind of place that adders love to live. Adders like to keep away from humans. They will only bite you if you accidentally step on one, or they're afraid because you're too close. They don't like to bite people. They're afraid, actually, of humans. And their venom is not highly dangerous, but the bite would be nasty. So here we have the adder. The brown adders are female and the gray adders are male. And they eat really tiny, small mammals or maybe a passing amphibian. And let me show you the skeleton of a snake. Look at that. So this is my friend's skeleton of a grass snake that she found recently. And can you see all the undulating vertebrae? That it's like lots and lots and lots and lots of hinges like your spine. So a snake can coil and slither and get around things really quickly. And this here is an adder stone, which in folklore is also called a fairy stone. So stones that have holes in them. And in particular, if they're a little bit glassy and shiny inside. In folklore, people believed that snakes pushed their way through these stones. That's why they look sort of slimy, glassy inside. And they believed if you found one of these, it was a protection stone or an amulet of protection. And that they were very powerful and very magical. And people who had these had lots of magic. You can find them today on your walks. They're kind of rare. Sometimes they're flat with holes through them. Any shape, it doesn't matter. I know them as fairy stones, and today I've learned they're also called adder stones. So look them up in folklore. One of my favorite stories about these is in Russia. They believe that a chicken god lives inside them, and the farmer places them in the chicken run to protect the chickens. And I have written the name of the chicken god. Has a really funny name. It's called Kurinyibog. Kurinyibog is the Russian chicken god of protection. There we are. Apparently he lives inside there. Isn't that a great story? So I think that's all I know about adders right now. Let's come over to the spell poem, and I will read it, or we can read it. I'm in my friend's garden, so I'm not sure exactly all the best places to go for shadow and sunlight. How about under this table? Sorry. How's that? Oops, sorry, a little bit more. It's like we're a slithering snake in the undergrowth trying to find the best place. So, adder, adder. Let's speak our nature words out loud and re-spell nature back into our language. Here we are. Some of these words are tricky. I'm going to tell you what some of them mean afterwards. See if we can read it together. Adder. A hank of rope in the late hot sun, a curl of bark, a 6 and 8. For adder is as adder basks. Deep in heather, coiled in gorse, sung among the winter stones, for adder is as adder hides. Darts, diamond slides, sine waves swerves, live wire curves of force, for adder is as adder glides. Echo of snake, self-escape, a left-behind ghost, for adder is as adder sheds. Rustle of grass, sudden susurrus, what the eye misses, for adder is as adder hisses. There go our words on the charm of the goldfinches. There go your words. This word here, a hank of rope. A hank is a coil. Let's look at that adder. Yes, it does look like a hank of rope, a coil of rope. There's another word over here. There's gorse. Remember I was telling you about gorse? And then it's talking about the winter stones. That's the adder stones. And it's talking about sine waves. Sine waves are a geometric waveform that oscillates. Have you ever seen on a graph, an electric graph that goes shoo? It's oscillating. It's going up and down in this shape. Oh, look at that. Exactly the shape of an adder. So that's what a sine wave is. It's a geometric, I can't say that word for some reason, geometric waveform. Yes, it does look like that. What else? A live wire, curves of force. A live wire is something that's ready to move. And snakes, especially vipers, do move suddenly like that, like a live wire. And then this here, it talks about self-escape, a left-behind ghost. For adder is as adder sheds, and we talked about the adder shedding its skin when it gets too big for it. And then my favorite word of all is this one down here. Rustle of grass, sudden susurrus. Susurrus. Susurrus means a whisper or a rustling sound. Susurrus. I guess if you whisper it, susurrus, it does sound like a whisper, doesn't it? Or a rustling sound. So a sudden susurrus. What the eye misses. Because they move so fast, you can't see it, but you just hear it. You know that sound in nature when you go, oh, what was that? That sudden susurrus. But you miss it. The eye misses it, but you heard it. And then for adder is as adder hisses. So it's elusive. Elusive means it's very difficult to see. And it has such good camouflage. There we are. We rewilded our language a little bit more today with adder. So thank you for joining us in the undergrowth, dear sparrows. I hope you have a beautiful day flying free in your mind or actually outside if you can get outside today. Okay, sending big hugs and susurrus wishes with the adder.